Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone is doing awesome. So tonight I had an awesome opportunity, and before I start my review, I want to personally thank my friends at We Live Film, Scott, Ashley, and Dan. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have had the chance to meet up with them and go see an advanced screening. This movie doesn't come out for 2 more weeks on Christmas Day. It is the brand new film directed by Tim Burton, and it's called Big Eyes. And I'm a huge fan of Tim Burton. I think anybody that's loves film or appreciates film or even is talking about it on the internet, we all have a weird fascination with Tim Burton, whether we love all his films or we don't. We enjoy at least some of his films, especially some of his early films. But for me, I haven't really fallen in love with a Tim Burton movie in a long time. I think the last time I really enjoyed a Tim Burton movie was 2007's Sweeney Todd. And the last time I really loved a Tim Burton movie was probably the 90s. There's a lot of great Tim Burton movies that came out in the 90s and late 80s. But anyways, this is a brand new film, and it looks like nothing he's ever done before. Even though some of the scenes in the film reminded me of films from the past, this is a film that tackles a true story. And I think this might be the first time in 20 years, and since 1994's Ed Wood, where Tim Burton has tackled true events. And to my surprise, and shock, and amazement, and I'm excited for, this also has the same writers of Ed Wood, Man on the Moon, The People vs. Larry Flint, and both Problem Child 1 and 2. I'll get into that a little bit, what happened tonight after the screening. It was a special screening, but I'll get into that a little bit. We actually got some cool merch, I guess you could call this, a cool ticket. I guess this is kind of merch. I'm definitely going to say this. Really enjoyed just getting this ticket. So I was very excited to see this movie. It wasn't one of my most anticipated films of the year because I only knew about it about 5 months ago, but I love Tim Burton, and from the trailers, it just looked amazing. It looked like he was going to try and do something completely different. Now, this movie tells the story, the true story, of Margaret Keane, played by Amy Adams, and Walter Keane, played by Christoph Waltz. Also in the film is Christian Ritter, Terrence Stamp, Danny Houston, and Jason Schwartzman. Now, this film tells the story of this couple. They both come from interesting situations in their lives, things that have happened in the past, marriages that fell apart. But they come together because they both love art. And Margaret Keane has a great eye for big eyes. She loves to draw small children with huge eyes. And the story revolves around her getting fame in not the most happy ways, thanks to her husband, Walter Keane. Now, if you know the true story, then you know where this movie goes. But like me, I didn't know much about this story. I'd seen the paintings. Some of them were at relatives' houses. I think maybe some of my grandparents might have had some of their paintings in their houses, or at least pictures, because they took their paintings and just reproduced it and sold it and made lots and lots of money. And this story tackles what happened in their marriage and all the interesting things that revolve around that marriage, and revolves around the art that just captured the hearts of many people all over the world. I don't want to go in much detail, but you know, that's the gist of the story. Let's get into how I feel about the movie. First off, the movie just looks gorgeous. In the beginning, there's a shot, it happens in the late 1950s and early 1960s, and in the beginning, when we get to know Margaret Keane, she's living in, I think somewhere in Northern California. It reminded me, in this suburban area, reminded me of Edward Wood. But that was like, Edward Scissorhands. It reminded me of that film, Edward Scissorhands. But that was like the only thing that really reminded me of any Tim Burton movies. The rest of the movie, we go to San Francisco, where we meet the rest of the characters in the film. And it really felt like Tim Burton was trying to not be Tim Burton. It really felt that way to me. It felt like he was trying to do something completely different. This is not a fantastical story. There are some elements of special effects when Amy Adams, who plays Margaret Keane, is in the shopping, the grocery store, and she's so obsessed with what's going on in her life and just all the craziness that she starts seeing people with big eyes. Other than that, this movie is telling a true story with true events, and as I was watching it, I was like, okay, this can't be true. I can't believe this. This is too good to be true. There were multiple scenes in this movie where this was just too good to be true. And after the screening, there was a Q&A with Amy Adams, the real woman, Margaret Keane, real artist Margaret Keane, and the writers of the film, the two writers of the film. I'm not going to try and butcher their names right now, Scott and Larry. So they were interviewed in the film, and they were explaining to us that they had to pull back in some of those scenes that were so outrageous and so unbelievable. Especially what happens, I'm not going to go in detail, I don't want to go in detail, but there's some scenes and I couldn't believe it happens, and they confirmed in the Q&A, which I did. It was a 30-minute Q&A. I got 18 minutes of it. I'm going to put that on YouTube as well. Hopefully you can check it out and enjoy it. It was a really great Q&A. What else do I love about this film? There are some issues. I will get into the fact that there are some issues that I had in the movie. Maybe just one issue. It's a major issue, but other than that, everything is really great. What I loved about this film, and I hope it gets nominated for an Academy Award, is the production and art direction. It's beautiful. The movie just looks... The color palettes in this film are to the moon, Alice. You know, it's just... It's out there. It's so beautiful. It pops out. It captures the essence of the time. I really felt like we were in the late 1950s, early 1960s. The movie, they did a great job. There's a score, of course, by Danny Elfman. He's back. I think there's only a few times where Danny Elfman didn't write a Tim Burton movie. I think this might be one of his best scores. It's pulled back a lot, which I really appreciated as well. It's not really in your face. This is not an action movie or an adventure film. This is a human drama, and it's very funny. And it is a drama, but the film is very funny too, and it comes off really honest with that humor. What else did I like about the film? The acting is great, of course. Amy Adams, Christoph Waltz are great in the film. And it wouldn't surprise me if they do get nominated. I don't think they should win, but if they do get nominated for Academy Awards, that would be awesome. I think the story it's a great story. If you don't know much about this like myself, it's a really great human story. I like some of the places it went. I'm glad it seemed, after getting to know the real person, it was really great, and I felt that the filmmakers really tried to stay true to the story and what happens to the character later in life, and I'm glad it didn't try and shy away from that, it being a Hollywood film. So I'm glad it was really true to the real person herself. I'm really glad about that, because what she brings up, I don't know if I got that part. I don't think I got that part of I didn't think I got that part of the Q&A, but the woman is a religious woman, so I'm really glad that was a small part of the film. This is not a religious film, don't get me wrong. It's not a religious film. I don't want to scare anybody away, feel like they're going to be preached to. You're not going to be preached to, but you're going to go on a really special journey, getting to know these people, and this crazy thing that happened. I mean, I can't believe this happened. It's just insane. It's like, it's real, and it's too good to be true. It's stranger than fiction, my friends. Again, this is the best Tim Burton movie, even though it has problems. And the problem I have to say, it has to revolve around a reporter played by Danny Huston. There's some narration. It just felt out of place at times. Sometimes it worked, and other times it just felt sporadic. It just, it was like thrown in there every once in a while to help us understand. Honestly, I didn't think the narration had... I could go without the narration in this movie. It didn't have to be in the film. Anyways, this is one of the better films from Tim Burton. It is the best film he's done since Sweeney Todd, 2007 Sweeney Todd. And I'd like to see, I'm excited to see where he's going to go from here. I hope he returns back to fantasy, but I would like for him to tackle true story again, especially with these writers. Great writing by Scott and Larry. It was also great to see them and see them be... the Q&A was just great, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to put that up there. I'm sorry I didn't get the whole thing. My iPhone ran out of memory, but I got 18 minutes of it, and I thought it was really great. Again, thank you so much to my friends. I really enjoyed this film. It's not a perfect film, but it is a great film worth checking out on Christmas Day. If you're going to go see one movie on Christmas Day, go see Big Eyes. There's some other films that are coming out, and I'm looking forward to them. But now I've only seen one of the films, I believe, that's coming out on Christmas Day. Well, two. That and American Sniper. Those are two good reasons to go on Christmas Day to see some movies. But check out Big Eyes. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know. Come back and comment on my video. Let me know what you thought about the film. What did you like? Do you like or do you not like Tim Burton? Do you want to see him do something different? He's done something different now with Big Eyes. And for that, I'm going to give the film, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars out of 4. I'm MovieManCHAD. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and on Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MoviePile.com, and if you enjoyed this video movie review, please click right here, subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. In the comment box below, what is your favorite and your least favorite Tim Burton movie? Put that down in the comments below. If I had to say, probably Ed Wood is my favorite movie, and Edward Scissorhand. My least favorite Tim Burton movie would probably have to be Alice in Wonderland. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful life, and I'll talk to you in my next movie review. Bye, everyone. Peace be with you, my friends.